If you could start getting in strength training, what are you going to do? You're going to create more capable, more toned, more resilient muscles to injury than anything else. Going for a walk, doing the cardio. If you prioritize strength training above everything else, you're going to be that much better, that much healthier as you age.
Hey, girlfriends, and welcome to another episode of Tracy Gold Show. And this is part 2 with Amy Van Loo on how to get fit and healthy over 50. And today we're going to be doing a workout on tank top. Well, that's going to get us tank top arms. Yes, please, Amy. I'm very excited to see this one. And then after the quick 5-minute workout, we're going to be talking about the alterations you need to make to your workout formula as a woman over 50 so you can optimize your time. It's going to take you less time and less effort than you think, but you're going to get the results. So thank you so much, Amy. It's so wonderful to have you in the house again. Yay. All right. So I'm going to step outside of the screen so that Amy can give you a full workout and you can see what she's doing. Enjoy.
Okay. All righty. So we're going to be working our arms. The best way to build up your arm muscles is through resistance. And that means, ladies, you need to pick up your weights, or you can use a water bottle. Grab anything. In order to build strength, build muscles, you have to work against resistance. It's a must. I'm sorry. You can use your body weight too, but this workout, we're going to be using weights. If you don't have them, try it without the weight first, and then go to Amazon or Walmart. Right now, because COVID's over, I've been noticing a lot more dumbbells out there. But in COVID, we couldn't find them anywhere. So before we get started, I'm going to set these down so I can demonstrate. Before we get started too, I want you to make sure you think about your posture. As you're building strength, we need to have nice posture so we're building around a strong frame, strong, tall frame, as opposed to a hunched over frame. So make sure you think about pulling your shoulders back and down, even when you're doing some arm work. Abs slightly engaged and chin just slightly tucked. We don't want it out here, but we'll do more about posture later. All right. Grab those weights. I'm going to set my timer because I cannot count. We're going to do regular bicep curls, standing nice and tall. Just bring the weights up and then slowly down, breathing out on the way up. Good. Just nice and slow and controlled. Slower is actually even better because you're fighting against gravity. When you're doing it really fast, you're using momentum, and that really doesn't build strength. Heavier the better, but if you're just starting out, I want you to go light, bring it all the way up and just halfway down, and then up and down. I did a little arm workout yesterday, so my arms are a little bit sore. It wasn't too intense. But yes, when you're building strength, excuse me, bring it all the way down. I'll tell you in a minute. And then halfway up. When you're building strength, you're actually breaking down your muscles. You're getting microscopic tears. And then your muscles get stronger because your body goes about repairing those tears. And then hold it, hold it, hold it. So you've got to lift heavy enough weights. There's really no such thing as these toning workouts. Yeah, you can lift weights to burn more calories because you're going to get your heart rate up higher. But if you want to build 10 top arms, you've got to lift heavier weights. Now bring them out and then in. Oh, yes. How's that doing? Is that okay? If it's too much, stop. You've got to promise that if anything hurts, you stop. Because I don't want you to hurt your shoulder, because then you're not going to be able to work out again. You've got to take things slow. Don't go too fast. Otherwise, you might not be able to lift up your arms to brush your hair tomorrow. Keep going. In and out. I'm feeling this only with 5 pounds. Good. Yep, so many women I know run screaming from strength training, but it is our over. Now we're going to work the back of the arms. It's our over 50 fitness miracle. Up and then kick back. Keep the elbows up high as you bring the weights back behind you. Make sure that your neck stays in line with your spine. Don't bend down because that'll hurt your neck. Hold the tummy in to protect your low back. Keep that back straight. My knees are slightly bent. You can't see them. Nope, would not be able to see them. Keep going. Feel the back of the arms working. Oh, I don't know a woman alive that doesn't want to work on the back of her arms. Now let's just alternate one and then the other. Can you see that? Good. Let's come over here. There you go. One and then the other. Nice and slow. I started to go too fast because I'm getting tired and that momentum was helping me. And we don't want it. We want the weights. We want the muscles to lift those weights and work and get stronger. Good. Keep going. Good. Come up just real quick. I forgot to mention that. If your back starts to hurt, come up and then just pulse it back, straight back. Hold that tummy in, protect that back. Come up if the back, shoulders, anything starts to hurt. My arms are burning. Thank goodness that timer's done. All right, now we're going to do a front raise. Be careful if your shoulders are hurt. These are such delicate parts of our body. But we want to get tank top arms. You want to work on your shoulders, so you work on this muscle right here. You're going to lift the weight straight up, holding the tummy in. Don't come higher than your shoulders. Hold that tummy. You feel that? Have you ever done a plank? That's the same muscle right there. Hold. Working your shoulders and your core. Now let's work some posture muscles. Bring that weight up and squeeze your elbows back and bring it forward. And squeeze back. Oh my gosh, that's tough. This weight might be a little heavy for me with this move. Good. Keep going. One more. Bring it here. Now just rotate. Keep the arms up. Hold the tummy in. Rotate down. Don't let your shoulders come up to your ears. Good. Keep going. Rotate. Now this feels a little bit funky on my left shoulder, so I'm going to be careful. Now we're going to do all three. I'll talk you through it. Lift. Bring it back. Rotate. Down and forward. And down. Up. Back. Rotate. Hold that tummy in. Make sure you're protecting your back. And lift up. How's that feeling? Down, forward. Oh, come on, timer. Keep going. This is going to be the last one. Up, back, round, down, and set it down. Good. Set that weight down. Just bring the arms out like this. Little tiny arm circles. And I forgot to mention, if you're really cold, if you've been sitting, make sure you do a little warm up before you start something like that. And then back the other way, tight, tight, tight. Then give me some big arm circles. Oh, stretch it out. And then make sure you stretch too after this one. I don't have a stretch in this timer. And that is it, 5 minutes. I feel the muscles, they've got some blood flowing and a little bit of burn in just 5 minutes. You can do that 3 times for a really effective upper body workout. That's it, Tracy.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy. That was amazing. Yay.
Ready. Let me grab my Kleenex.
You can actually do that. So you can actually do that 3 times if you want to get a really, really good workout.
You know, and I recommend that is it. Over 50. I'm getting ahead of myself. Fitness formula is doing 3 reps of the heaviest weight you can do with about 10 sets. No reps. Do 3 sets of 10 reps with the heaviest weight you can do. So that 10th one is really hard. But yeah, 3 times is
wow.
Wow. 15 minutes. Come on. 15 minutes is nothing.
Yeah. And so, Amy, we've spoken about the importance of getting fit over 50. And last week we spoke about the why and being very clear on the why and kind of some of the roadblocks that we get into in our heads around that. But today we're going to talk about some of the practical aspects of things. So how do we need to change our workout routine and also our expectations as women over 50?
Yeah. And I'm a living example of I had to make some changes when I was younger. I started exercising because I had gained that college 30, not the freshman 15, but I gained 30 pounds. And so my method to lose weight was to exercise. And I remember, God, my diet was so bad, but I used exercise to lose weight. And I would run. I've run a marathon. I've run half marathons. I was teaching boot camp, the crazy boot camp. And, about 5-6 years ago, let's see, maybe 7, 8 years ago, I stopped. My knees were hurting. I hurt my shoulder. My low back was hurting. So I started doing, 30 minutes. Most of my workouts are only 30 minutes. And it's like, you know what? I haven't gained any weight because I'm not working out for hours and hours. In fact, I feel better. I had better energy. I was sleeping better. Sometimes when I exercised really hard, I couldn't sleep very well, or my body ached. I was just tired all the time. Now, 30 minutes and I'm good to go. So we have to, and we have to kick off that little devil that tells us that
Mm.
we have to work out like we did when we were in our 20s and 30s, because we don't have to do that. It's going to take a while to get used to that, but you can get an effective workout in 30 minutes and feel really great.
Yeah. And for women, Amy, who are just starting out, for
Mhm.
women who haven't been working out,
Yeah.
you've been working out for quite a while. So, but for
Yeah.
women who are starting out, how would they start out in a way that is going to build their fitness slowly, but not hurt them?
Yeah, and that's the key right there, because that when we do get over 50, we don't recover like we used to. We are more prone to injury because we might be compensating for something. And we might try to do some of the things we mentally think we could do because we used to be able to do them. So you hit it on the head. You have to start out slowly. And my formula, I'll just give you the formula right now. We can step through it because I'm a recovering engineer. I like to have formulas. Um, you don't need that cardio that we used to do, the hours of steady state exercise on the treadmill or the elliptical or the bike. In fact, that's actually detrimental to a woman over 50 because it causes some hormone imbalancing to go on, specifically cortisol. Cortisol is our stress hormone, and when we're stressed, our body holds onto everything, especially fat, and of course all in the wrong places, right around the middle. So our key goal is to trying to keep our cortisol and our stress down. Exercise is stress. We have way too much stress in this world, so we don't want exercise, something that's supposed to make us feel better and look better and sleep better and all that, be worse. So the best thing to do is cardio. It's called HIIT, high intensity interval training. That's where you're bringing your heart rate up for 1 to 2 minutes and then bringing it down for about half of that, letting that cortisol get up there, but then bringing it back down, and then getting up there and bringing it back down. So, and that's maybe 3 times a week, and you can get a good HIIT workout done in 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be 30 minutes like you work up to 5 minutes. You do that three
Mhm.
times a week. And then maybe in a month, you go to 10 minutes 3 times a week. So just working up slowly. I know it's hard, especially if you're a type A personality. But if you're just starting out, give yourself permission. I promise you it'll be beneficial and pay off in the long run because you won't get burnt out. You won't have hormone balancing issues. That scale won't go up because you're storing all that fat. So that would be my recommendation.
Yeah, and I think that the workout that you did in the first episode, so ladies, if you've missed the first episode, go back to that. It's in the season. You want to go and check that out because that's a great start, I feel like. Just getting your body moving is a great start. And even to do that for a while before even picking up the weights. Amy, would that work for some who are just starting out?
Oh my gosh. When members of the Be Healthy Enough community, I reach out every once in a while because I can see their activity level and I see if people aren't working out, I'll get in touch with them. And I created a get unstuck workout plan. 5 minutes for 5 days, no more and no less. So you have to just commit. If you can commit to 5 minutes for 5 days, after first week, you'll start feeling a little better. And then you'll go, okay, but Amy says no more than five, so I'm going to just keep going. And being able to tackle 5 minutes is so manageable. And it's seriously, it's those little baby steps of being consistent. Then you start creating this little habit to go, oh God, when I'm moving, I feel better. Maybe I can do 10. And so, but I do 4 weeks, 5 minutes, 5 days. That's it. No more, no less. And it really does help people get unstuck. I call it my unstuck pilot. I'm going to grab my Kleenex. Hold on.
That's fantastic. And it's also creating that habit, Amy,
Yeah.
right? In a way that is consistent but manageable. And so it starts at and then you start feeling better and better. And each time that 5 minutes goes by so much quicker. Like the first 5 minutes may feel really
Yeah.
long.
Yes, I know. And but mentally, fitting in 5 minutes, doesn't that seem so much more less, it's less daunting than, oh my God, I have to try to fit in an hour-long workout. I mean, to
Yes.
me, it's a no-brainer.
Yes. Well, I'm actually really excited. And I did say this last week. I'm really excited about your 5 minute get your body moving workout because I have had problems with my shoulders and my neck from sitting at my desk for too long. I think many of us are having those difficulties. And
Mm.
so it's a great way to kind of just get up and do a 5 minute workout several times during that day. And it'll just get my blood flowing. Because even my physiotherapist said to me, just take those breaks, just set the timer on your phone, get up,
That's
do a 5 minute. And the cool thing is you can go back to that episode and you can just keep rewinding it. So just, do the workout, pause it, go and do your work, and then come back to that again, go back, pause it.
yeah,
That's the cool thing about video streaming, right? We can
I
have it
love
on
it.
demand.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Even
So yeah,
on your phone. You can even get it on your phone. It's amazing.
oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, and so getting back into the regular movement and getting the cardio, get the blood pumping is like the first piece of the formula. And I want to call it actually that overlying everything is just like you said, getting more movement throughout the day. And
Yeah.
then once you can get that and get that habit in, that's when you take the next step of the formula is getting the longer cardio. No more than 3 days. You don't have to go more than 30 minutes. Getting on your treadmill, what I do on my elliptical is I'll go hard for 2 minutes and rest for a minute and then hard for 2 minutes. And by the time you're done, by the time you know it, it's done. So getting in those longer bits of cardio, it helps with lung capacity. It helps with burning calories. It helps with mental. I
Yes.
mean, there's so much going on with regards to mental health, and
Mm.
exercise is is such a great pill to take because it really, I mean, if you're in a bad mood, I don't know if you feel that, and you get out and go for a walk, I mean, it's just really just for me, and maybe some people not, but for me it's just therapy right there.
Yeah, I actually find also some of my best ideas come from going for a walk, especially if I'm feeling overwhelmed or
Yeah.
my husband and I get up and we go for a walk every morning, and
Yeah,
that just makes such a difference because it just starts my day off right.
I
Amy,
know.
I'd like to talk about strength training because I have to be honest. So I'm 47,
Mhm.
and I have been very resistant to using weights. I'm just being honest. It's not
No.
something I've wanted to do. But I am starting to feel the necessity for that. And I'm also finding that in order to build, like, because I struggle with my neck and shoulders quite a bit. In order to build that, I'm going to have to build some muscle. Can you talk to us a little bit about the importance and me? I'm gonna include me in this conversation. Like, why do we need strength training with weights?
Yes, it is. It's the one thing that if I could hammer into any woman, even I hammer it into my 25-year-old niece, if you could start getting in strength training, what are you going to do? You're going to create more capable, more toned, more resilient muscles to injury than anything else. Going for a walk, doing the cardio, if you prioritize strength training above everything else, you're going to be that much better, that much healthier as you age. And then for women, the number one thing too is bone density. As we start hitting into menopause, our estrogen levels drop, and with estrogen dropping, that's the only thing that our body uses to build bone density. So you've got to apply resistance to the bone so they've got something to build up. I have a girlfriend who she's 60 and she just did a little hike and broke a bone in her foot because she has osteoporosis. Now, unfortunately, hers, she had to have an early hysterectomy, so there was things to do with estrogen and things like that. But it's serious. It can be very serious. And if you fall, they say if you've got osteoporosis, you could clap your hands and break something in your hand. So you've got to do everything in your power to keep your body resilient. Strength training is, in my opinion, the number one priority for women over 50 is to lift those weights.
Wow.
And I know women run screaming from it. I don't want to bulk up. I'm going to hurt myself. It's too hard. It hurts. But I could bust every myth with regards to that. It's
Yeah.
just
Amy, I think my resistance is I'm a dancer and I love dancing, and you can't dance with weights.
No, no,
you
no,
know, and it's and it and it's kind of like, oh, it's just so boring. Like, I'm not afraid of
no.
hurting myself. I'm not afraid of any of those things, but I am getting to a point I'm kind of going, I think I'm ready. And the more I speak to you, the more I'm thinking it's time. So
You have
I'm gonna be, I
I
think I'm gonna be picking up my
it is, it can be so boring. That's why if you're now you do not give up those things you love. You set aside 5, 10, 15 minutes. One day you work on your arms. You think about it as, one of those things you have to do. I mean, a lot of us don't like to go wash and do our face every night but we do that to keep our skin healthy or putting on the sunscreen. You've got to think of it as this is my insurance policy to
yeah,
be able to be healthy enough to do everything I love to do well into my 90s. And so you you've got to find an easy way to do it safely. So start slowly. I'm talking about no weights at all at first, and then slowly building up. And you may find that you're like, oh, I like the way that feels, or I like the fact that I can pick up my groceries without, hurting myself, or I can pick up my groceries, or I can lift that suitcase, I can lift that grandkid. You're like, wow, I swear, I get so many people that would go, I love it. I love it. So I would recommend prioritizing strength training above everything else with regards to a prescribed exercise. Do the
yeah,
things
I
you
love
have to
that.
do, though. You have to do those for your mental health. That dancing is
Yeah.
so important.
Yeah, that's great advice, Amy. And so I am committing
Okay,
on
we
my
did it.
show. I
It's
mean,
okay.
this is pretty intense. I am committing to doing my 5 minutes of strength training every weekday.
Okay,
Okay, and then I'll feedback.
that
So
would
I'll
be
be giving some
amazing.
feedback.
That would be amazing. I would love to hear how you do and what ahas you have from strength training, bad
Yes,
and good. I mean, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie, but
I
there
think
are
so.
days when you're just gonna be, well, it doesn't feel right. And listen to your body though. It can be telling you something.
So Amy, as I'm going to do the days, then how would you recommend? So do I need to do like one day arms, one day leg? Like, how would I start?
Well, it all depends on how much time you have. I'm a get it done kind of total body girl. I get a full 30-minute strength training workout. I want no more than 2 days a week on a certain body part because you do have to give time to recover. As I said earlier, you're tearing down muscle so it becomes stronger, so it has to recover. I just did a video on the benefits of recovery days. And so if you've only got 15 minutes, you do arms on Monday and Thursday, legs on Tuesday and Friday, and then maybe core on Wednesday and Sunday. So 15 minutes there. And you can get creative and you can incorporate core and posture and balance into a lower body day. You can get creative because along with the strength training too, you got to sneak in core, of course,
Yeah.
balance and posture. So you've always got to remember what I said earlier in the videos. Always think about building muscles around a tall frame, shoulders back and down, abs pulled in, chin slightly tucked. Um, and then you build up. And then the balance you can start when you get better is doing things on one leg. That can make it fun too, trying to balance on one leg as you're doing your bicep curls. So that's kind of my formula. More movement throughout the day, 3 days of a good hit cardio, 2 days of strength training on a certain muscle part, and then incorporating balance, core, and posture into those strength training days. That's it. And then you get a day of rest.
That's That sounds like a lot. I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to go, oh, yeah, that sounds simple. That sounds like a lot. But you know what? So if you want to come along with me and commit to a 5 day, and whatever your commitment is, so maybe it's just, a little bit of the get moving. And so you can go back to the video and do it several times. So 5 minutes every day, Monday, decide on your 5 day week. It doesn't have to be Monday to Friday. But if you want to do that with me, then go ahead and do that. And then if you want to take it further, like Amy said, because she's got full on workouts and everything in her program, you can go to tracygoldshow.com/shop. and you will see her details on there. And if you use my code Tracy, you'll get 15% off, which is awesome. And she offers a free trial. So if it's not for you, no problem. But it's 7 day. What is it for 7 day free trial?
7 day free trial. And
Amazing.
I have custom workout plans for everything you may think of. And if I don't have one, you let me know and I create a custom clickable link workout plan. Every month I create a new monthly workout plan and I release new content every month because I love filming workout videos. It's my
That's
job.
amazing. That's incredible. Yeah, and I think the most important thing is also to keep it fun and keep your why in mind. Like, I want to be that old woman, not in 90, I say old as in being in my 90s, and I think I'm kind of getting old, kind of. I want to be the one charging upstairs in my apartment building.
Yes,
So I'm going to start that
that's your
now.
why. That's a perfect why. You can actually visualize that older woman just coming up the stairs, and that can be your why.
Exactly. It is my why. It is
Yeah,
exactly my why.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Amy. You've been absolutely amazing. And so catch us each week, because this is a 4-part series, and we are here to really inspire you on every level to become fitter and healthier, whatever that means for you in the way that works for you. So thank you so much. And if you do want to stay in touch with us, the best way to do it is to go to tracygoldshow.com. Don't Google it. You'll find Tracy Gold from Growing Pains. So just go to tracygoldshow.com, and there is a pop-up that allows you to opt into the insiders list, and that way you'll be updated every week with all the episodes and the replays and the fun things in between. And of course, I will put all of Amy's details below, and you can check that out on our website as well. Thank you so much, Amy. It's wonderful to have you.
Thank you. It was
Bye-bye.
fun. Thanks.